So let's proceed with our today's webinar about using voice AI agents and using them to enhance CSP business for Cloud PBX services. I'm Andriy Zhelenko, CEO of Porto1, and we are conducting this webinar together with our technology partner, Apifonica. So I have Ilya Ostrovsky, Chief Product Officer, and Alex Mishin, Head of AI Division in Apifonica.
Hi.
What we're going to cover, we will talk in general about voice AI agents for those of you who haven't learned in details what it is and how it works and what are the benefits of using voice AI agents and why this is the next gold rush for communication companies. We'll cover why AI agents from Apifonica, why they're different and why they are more suitable for CSPs to be deployed than do-it-yourself voice AI agents, which you may have seen already. We'll do a live demo. I'll show you how the process would start for the end user, so for a company using your service who want to deploy AI agent. Then Ilya and Alex will show how to configure AI agents and all the capabilities they have on their platform. And as a final concluding step, I will show how customers are going to be charged for activities of AI agent, so how you will earn money on selling the service. And as I mentioned, there will be live question and answer sessions. So if you have a question, if you would like to know more details, type it in the Q&A window, and we'll try to cover all of your questions during the session. If there's going to be too many, then we'll just do follow-ups later on. No worries. And this webinar is going to be recorded, so you can always watch it later.
So let's talk about voice AI and what does it mean for CSPs. So let's start where we are today. Voice used to be the hero of telecom, and now it's just a commodity. So margins are almost gone nowadays, and customers expect more than just a dial tone and connectivity. Voice AI agents can change this. They can talk to people, they can collect payments, they can send reminders or make sales calls. And that's all using your existing phone numbers and extensions. So instead of selling minutes, we are now suggesting to sell smart minutes. And this is really the next step after VoIP. It can bring a real value and bring margin back into voice. So now we are transforming from basic voice minutes to intelligent voice service. And let's talk about why CSPs should take care about that and how can we help to earn. Your customers can now use voice AI right away, and you can earn from every call that they make. So let's think about real examples. That small business now can make a reminder calls and remind their clients about appointments and reduce no-shows. Utility companies can send now payment reminders automatically. A call center can handle manual support calls, so routine support calls, and before passing it and transferring to the human. And every case can bring measurable ROI for them and higher RPU for you as CSP. You already have all the needed parts, the billing, the infrastructure, the switching part, and now just let's add the AI layer and it start working. So, what makes us different? What we are talking today? What makes Apifonica different from 5-minute prompt bots, as we call it, that you can see online? There are a lot of SaaS tools nowadays that can provide you with real magic bots that can be constructed in 5 minutes. That's cool for demos. They sound really cool, but does it bring real value? So our solution is telecom grade solution, and it built inside and hardly interconnected with port or switch. That means real numbers, real billing, and full integration. It is designed for business use, not for a demo, not for personal calls. So it has complicated logics, intent routing, AI layers, and not just simple prompt-based scripts. And it's all backed up by really high-level security and ISO certification. It can be scaled and launched like a network, so you can launch thousands of calls at once with stable quality and high enterprise-level security. Your customers do not require any coding skills to start building these voice bots, so it is connected to the port switch, and you have just to turn that on. And it's already really proven. Live CSPs already use it live today and see a big growth of RPU. So it's not just an experiment, not a demo, it's a real business engine.
Okay, and before we start, we'd like to know what's the current status on your side. What have you done yourself with voice AI agents, and what are your customers asking for? What are they doing? Let me initiate a poll. So the first question, would like to know if you personally in your company, or even like you as a private engineer or private curious person about the AI capabilities, have done any testing of voice AI agents. And the second one, if you have customers coming to you asking for it, or maybe some of them already did it. And yes, it is possible to connect PortaSwitch to external voice AI agents like those provided by 11 Labs. But this do-it-yourself duct tape method has quite a lot of disadvantages. This is why we want to create this integrated solution, which will provide seamless user experience for your customers and less administration work, less troubleshooting, less issues for you as people who are offering those services. You can see the results. Well, there is one true pioneer among us who is already running voice agent in production. Congratulations. I have to admit, we Porta One ourselves, we did some testing, we tried it, and we didn't deploy it in production for reasons actually Ilya and Alex are going to explain, because we tried those kind of like simpler solutions and they look cool in the demo, but they don't really allow you to do what you really need to do in production. But it's great that you are testing already and you're exploring. And regarding the customers, so we have one CSP with multiple customers who are using this ad hoc voice AI agents, and we have people who are requested, which is great because it confirms our hypothesis. This is not just something is cool, but this is something which is actually needed by the market, something which delivers value to the customers, and something they're willing to pay for it. Okay, so we did our poll. And now I'm going to talk about how exactly it will work, because it sounds great, but what is under the hood and how it's supposed to work? There are two main scenarios for deploying AI agents. One is for handling inbound calls. This way, it will be replacing IVRs, it will be replacing call center agents, receptionists, or even pre-sales people. The idea is before a prospect would dial a phone number, which is provisioned PortaSwitch, which is owned by your customer, which has IVR configured and all the other things. It stays more or less the same. The call is delivered from the PSTN network to PortaSIP, which is, again, as before, we authorize the call, because if it's a toll-free number, you probably will be charging some modest amount per minute. If it's local number, then there's no charges, but still we want to track with CDRs. What happens then? If in PortaSwitch, it is detected that to this particular phone line or account, we associated an AI agent. The call is forwarded to a separate component called Voice AI Gateway. What it does? Well, first of all, it does another authorization, and it now authorizes the usage of AI agent. So it is different service. It's charged according to different price. Like here, I put 20 cents per minute as an illustration because it's going to be more expensive. This is why we do want to have a separate authorization, make sure customer has the service enabled, has enough balance, and so on. And after that, the call is sent to the outside system. Apifonica, potentially others, because through our Adelmart ecosystem, we want to have different options. It could be that for different purposes, there could be preferred options available. But the main thing is this component, it is separated. So I put it outside of PortaSwitch. It will deploy it as a container. So the great news is this is something which can be attached to your PortaSwitch of MetaZeris 100 basically today. You don't need to wait for a new version of PortaSwitch. You don't need to wait for update. You can start selling this tomorrow. Day after tomorrow, after you finish some setup. And for outbound calls, this is when from AI system, a campaign is initiated for cold calling, for notifications, for anything you can imagine. So the administrator, they start a campaign, which initiates a call, which again goes to Voice AI Gateway. And we do the similar process, but in reverse. So we authorize the customer for using AI agents. We make sure they have enough balance, so it's covered by the quota. Then the call goes to port SIP, which does a normal voice call routing, which goes, let's say, to Seattle area. And in this case, there are going to be separate CDR produced for normal voice call and a separate charge for using AI agent. And of course, you can create quotas, you can create subscriptions, you can do the full power of PortaSwitch to create attractive product offering combining these elements. And one thing which also probably I will show it in a second, but just a bit of theory how it works from the user configuration. Our philosophy is that configuring AI agent, it's a fairly complex process, not too complex, but in order to create a smart and functional agent, you do need quite a bit of parameters. And this is why we don't want to create the interface for it on the PortaSwitch side. It would be silly because we have partners like Apifonica, they already created their system. It's already tied to all the capabilities of their agents. So our goal is to provide seamless customer experience, meaning administrator of PBX environment, so your customer, they are working with Cloud PBX portal, which we already know. This is where they manage their numbers, their SIP trunks, their extensions, everything. And there's just a new option, configure AI agent. And they click on it, and in the background, of course, it does some API intercommunication. For them, it just single sign-on link. They click it and opens up the portal of Apifonica. And there they configure agents, they set up all the details, all the bells and whistles, which we will see in a minute. And then the configuration is applied to PortaSwitch. So although we are using two different portals to utilize the maximum capacity of each of them, for user, they would not really notice it's not going to be creating any inconveniences for them. And now it's the demo time. So we'll show it in three parts. First, I'll show the Cloud PBX portal, how it will look like and how the user will be able to access the Apifonica portal. Then we'll go through all the cool things that are available for building powerful AI bots. And then I'll show how the charging is going to look like on PortaSwitch side. So this is Cloud PBX portal, which you have seen probably many times. I'm just picking up any extension. And we have a new option here. And basically, I'll be able to see the list of existing agents which are configured for this customer, or go and check the configuration, create new ones. So as you see, it just takes me a single click. And although it does open a new tab, I don't think anybody would mind. And now I'm stopping my screen share and I'm pasting it to my colleagues so we can go into the details of what exactly can you do or can your customers do with this agent constructor.
Yes, thank you, Andrei, for this very detailed explanation. Let me just share my screen. I hope you can see it right now. I'll now briefly show you how the platform for creating voice agents works and how it can be used by you. I'll show you how to launch a new campaign, new voice bot, upload data for it, and I'll also show you an example of real dialogue that I recorded today on one of our templates specifically for this webinar. So this is our platform. Once your account activated, you get access to the personal dashboard like you see here, where you can manage your voice assistants. And here you will already have phone numbers allocated from the PortaSwitch you belong to for use with the voice assistants. And the main section is the list of scenarios. Each scenario represents a specific agent that can either call customer or receive calls, or both, no matter it matters in his context. And here, for example, I have one HR recruitment agent flow and another promotional flow, which I will show you just in a minute. So, and once you have scenario which you can copy from templates we provided, or we can provide you during onboarding, no matter. Then you just need to create a call campaign. And here, for example, I already have one. You simply select the scenario voice bot, which will be calling the phone number, which will be used for voice assistant, and number of lines which bot will use. And even, for example, if you are doing outbound campaign, you do not if you do not want to set up any integration with your CRM system right away, so you can just upload the prospects or lead data using Excel or CSV, or again using our API. So that's it. This is basically it for setup. Yes, and just another thing. Additionally, it makes sense. It makes sense to set up a quick integration for you. As I told you, there is a full API integration option, but here also a simpler one using the webhooks. So you can just set up a webhook on your site, enter its address here. And after each call, our platform will send all call data to that webhook. So you will receive in your CRM, you will receive all or BI call status, call duration, customer response, call dialogue. If we performed any entity extraction, then you will see all this data and everything else what's went during this call. Yeah, and now let me show you example of call and how it sounds and how it looks like. Yes, this one. I just recorded this earlier today specifically for this demo, and this one in English, but our platform supports all languages provided by Google, Azure, 11 Labs, and some other local speech-to-text and text-to-speech providers. So all languages you can imagine, everything works, in fact. And here, what you can see here, this is our UI and debugger mode, which we use in both ways for listening and analyzing what's happened during the call. And also you can configure dialogues or change call flow or voice bot flow directly from here. The platform is fully no-code designer, so you do not need to be a developer, or your customer not need to be a developer or write any code. So we already have a wide range of pre-configured functions here at the left side, which agent can perform and use and run and do everything needed. Everything included, voicemail detection, background audio playback, standard intent-based questions and answer logic, or even AI questions which use GPT models. So, but now let's listen the example of this call, and I will show you after what happened during this call. So I hope it will not take a lot of time.
Hello.
Good afternoon. This is Byte Latvia, your mobile operator. My name is Laura. I'm calling for the following reason. Can you hear me well?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah.
I have a great offer for you today. You can get an additional 20 gigabytes per month at maximum speed, available in both Latvia and the EU. It costs just €25.
No, thank you. I don't need this. Yeah, thank you.
I understand. Just to remind you, this offer is exclusive and flexible. You can try it with a discount for the first 3 months and cancel any time if it's not right for you. Would you reconsider activating it?
Sorry, I can cancel any time, and how much it will cost me again?
Yes, you can cancel any time via my account. The cost is 25 € per day, with a 20 discount for the first 3 months. Would you like to activate this extra data package now?
I'm not sure. Can I do this later?
Activation is only available during this call, but you can cancel anytime afterwards if you change your mind. Would you like to activate it now?
Okay, let's do this now. Yeah.
Perfect. Give me a second. All good. With your consent, I've added the extra data package. Enjoy your internet. Have a great day. Goodbye.
So this is just a simple example of scenario. It can be as simple as this one. It can be with 100 or 200 of steps. But let me show you what happened during this call. So this call was outbound. The system detected that user answered, and if it had detected the voicemail, the call would have been marked as a voicemail and line dropped. So we'll not spend any resources for that. The first question, standard intent-based question to confirm readiness of customer, to simply check that user available to talk before proceeding with a longer conversation. If, for example, users said no here or remain silent, the bot would have asked again a couple more times and then move to a different branch of scenarios. So just mark this call as unsuccessful and potential reschedule it if needed, if it's needed. But here we moved from the first connection check, we moved to sales step where bot had to handle objections and obtain consent. And in this example, bot keeps the conversation going until it either receives a prospective response or the user hangs up. So since user agreed here, we just marked this call as qualified, so it will appear as a successful call in the statistics. And on the next step, during the call system, this additional gigabytes was activated via HTTP request to the CRM system. So bot confirmed, so bot received the consent of customer and activated this gigabytes via HTTP request just during the call. And straight after it, just confirmed that everything okay, and package is activated. So this is basically it. This is how every call looks inside. In the same no-code designer, you or your customers can modify the scenario of the call, add new steps if needed, change messages inside question bricks or text-to-speech bricks, or use variables passed through the API, add call transfer to human operator if needed, and so on and so on and so on. That's all from my side. If anyone interested, we can organize a longer demo to show how everything works in more detail, but for now, that's it. Andrei, if you would like to tell anything else, just please go ahead. So thank you very much.
Okay, and now as promised, I will show you the result. So what we have when AI agents are configured and when they're put in production. Just a quick note, because the scenario which was shown, that was for outbound calling, that was a bit challenging to set it up during the demo. So I will show a different AI agent, but also from Apifonica, that's for inbound calling. So this is our portal switch. That's our standard Cloud PBX product.
We can't see your screen, Andrei.
Okay. So.
No. Everything okay. Sorry.
Okay. Yes. So very similar to what you see every day in your portal switch, but we just have a new option here. There's a new service, AI agent, and it will have its own tariff associated. Then, of course, you can do bundles, you can do promotions, and everything related to it. And I'm just going to make a phone call I'm just simulating it from computer.
Thank you for calling Apifonica. I'm an AI assistant helping with the first stage of applications for the technical support position. Since you applied for this role, I can give you a brief overview of the job and ask you a few short questions.
Standard thing.
This will take no more than 5 minutes.
Well, you got the idea.
you're ready
I will
to
not be
begin.
talking to it. I'm happy with the job I have at Porta One, so I don't need it. But what we're going to see the final result. Let me refresh. And so we can see there is one charge. This is for a normal voice call, and it's charged 0 because it's just an inbound call. And here we have the charge, which was 60 cents per minute. So it's applied for a whole minute for using of AI agent. So again, this is a new service. You have all the features of Porta being related to charging at your disposal. And then, of course, this will go in the same bill as a customer have, as you can do bundle promotions, discounts. So if you sign up for certain amount of voice AI services, then you discount their subscriptions and so on. So everything which you will think of, everything which will help you to better upsell to existing customers is available. So we just did our demo, and what it would take if you like everything what you see and you would like to start doing this. Well, you will sign up for Apifonica platform, and they will provide you the API token, which will allow the integration code to access their backend infrastructure. On the Porta switch, we would need the integration module. That's something which will connect our APIs and Apifonica APIs. That's why we need the API key. And deploy voice AI gateway. That's something our support team will be able to assist you with. And as I mentioned before, our idea to make it available through add-on mart, so it can be deployed with Porta switch versions up MR90, MR85. I don't see any real problems with compatibility there because it only interfaces with Porta switch using SIP and using our normal charging interfaces. So potentially any Porta switch customer on even a bit outdated release, they can start using it immediately. Important thing, there will be a training session, onboarding session with Apifonica team. As you saw, their agents, they have quite a bit of controls and options, which gives them flexibility. And that's what actually differentiates them from the attempts when you have an agent where you put one prompt, you upload PDF file with the data, and you expect it to do the job. It usually doesn't happen because it's either unpredictable or doesn't do it properly. So we will need to put some efforts into making it work right. My advice is, of course, to use it for your own purposes. Create your own voice bot, which will do customer reminders, or which will handle inbound calls or something. So you will practice and you will have people on staff who have experience how to deploy it correctly. Set up your charging, so think about your pricing plans. If you want to sell it pay as you go, if you want to offer subscription, which offers hours of AI agent included, up to you. If you want some advice and maybe to share some ideas that other customers are doing, you can ask our business analyst to have a mini workshop where we can share some of the best practices we see already. Start selling it. For the first customers, Apifonica is willing to offer professional services free of charge for people who attend this webinar. So your first 3, I believe, customers, they will help you to create their assistants, which will give, again, your team better understanding of how to do it correctly. It will give you some success stories, which you can then replicate and gain more customers. And keep doing this. As we mentioned, this is the service which brings back the profitability margins we haven't seen since early 2000. So that's a great opportunity. And right now we are in the position to be successful because there are options out there, like 11 Labs or other platforms. If customer tries them, it's actually maybe even beneficial, because if they tried and if they see how complex it is, they will appreciate the solution, which is fully integrated with Porta switch and which just works. As I just mentioned, Apifonica offers for all the participants of this webinar who contact them, who book your in-depth demo, when you start deploying it in production, they will help you onboard your first customers. And now it's time for Q&A. Let me open the... Okay, the question is, if a CSP is using a portal switch, which is hosted by another company, and they rent a virtual partition, is it going to be available? Yes, it is, because in general, access to Port 1 add-on mart is available for individual owners of environments or even resellers. This would require some cooperation, of course, from your provider, that they will be, because the voice AI gateway, ideally, we want to deploy it on the same network right next to Portal switch. So some technical assistance and approval from your hosting provider would be required, but I don't see why they would deny it, because this is something which allows you to sell more services, to be more profitable. So everybody should be interested in that. In fact, I hope companies who do this managed portal switch hosting, they'll be actually the first one to kind of adopt it and then upsell it to their CSPs. The price for add-on mart will be selling, just for clarity, what is the price? So there's going to be integration module, and that's going to be inexpensive because it's just a few $100, which covers the integration part. The pricing and the agreements will be done directly with Apifonica, because obviously there's going to be customers with larger volumes, smaller volumes, so we don't really want to step on there and dictate our pricing. So the most important thing for the cost is going to come from the actual AI minutes, and then you will be able to upsell and mark them up to package it to your customers. Okay. There was a question which I received an email prior to the webinar. It was about the integration options, and if customer is not using our Cloud PBX portal, but using some home developed portal, if they can use it. I don't see an issue, because Cloud PBX portal, it uses the integration add-on mart module, just does some API calls there. So potentially you can replicate that functionality and you can implement it as well. So that's going to work just fine, but still, you would still need voice AI gateway to do the proper charging. And the voice AI gateway, that's a crucial component, because if your customers are trying to do it yourself and bring on their own agents. Yes, it's possible, but it's not going to be working reliably. They will have to mess around with SIP forwarding. If something doesn't work, they don't have access to SIP logs, so they will ask your support team and so on. So in general, this approach is not really scalable. So that's why we have voice AI gateway, to A, mitigate all the connection issues between portal switch and external provider, and B, to make sure you can apply that charging, so you're actually earning profits on the AI services. Alex, do you have any kind of like frequently asked questions that your customers are asking, if you're willing to share it?
I just, thank you, Andrei. I just want to add to the question regarding pricing options. First of all, pricing works as a packages with a predefined minutes included to the voice assistance work. And if you will be interested, first of all, just leave your request and we will share this pricing with you. Or I think, I don't know, maybe Andrei, we can do this just straight after webinar as an additional materials. So I think it's most, yeah.
Sure, and as you know, we're trying to be very, very open and with all the information. The only reason I don't want to put pricing in this webinar, because we're going to put it on our YouTube channel. People will be watching it, and in 6 months, usually the price of it probably will go down, and then somebody will be listening to say, "Oh, like wow, why it's so expensive?" Well, it's actually not, because the prices will be different then.
Yes, and another, and just one add to integration question. Yes, as Andrei said, we can work. You will be able to set up integration with the third-party systems. Just let us know which system you use, and we'll help you with that. Yeah, that's it. Just short.
The new question just came in. So if the language can be changed during the conversation, so for instance, somebody calls in and they say, or the bot calls them and they prefer to speak French instead of English, can be switched dynamically during the scenario?
Yes. Answer is yes. We are working in bilingual countries, and yes, this is the most frequent case. Yeah. That's
okay. Can this be set up on the platform in North America? When our Porta One customer deploys, so Voice AI Gateway will be deployed ideally actually in your Porta Switch installation, because we don't want to introduce any additional network delays. And it will be connecting to Apifonica servers. Can you please comment on the current availability of your data centers and what are the future plans?
Our current hosting is inside the European Union in Germany, in fact, physically. But we are expanding and we are adding some part of our infrastructure, like small switches in the separate regions where it is needed to avoid any delays. So current standard hosting is in Germany, but we are working in different countries in Asia, in Mexico, for example. So it works fine there as well.
Okay, excellent. Well, seems we don't have any more open questions. If you will think about something, you're welcome to send us an email, or you're welcome to book detailed demo with Apifonica. We will be publishing the recording of this webinar later on. So again, you can share it with your colleagues, and let's work on this opportunity. And if you have any ideas, or if you want to learn more about how this scenario, how something else can be deployed to enhance operations, also a reminder, we have customer success managers. Book a call with them, share your plans, because sometimes they can tell you about things which we did for another customer, which were not part of the documentation, so they can share their experience. And sometimes we can just analyze the project and suggest to technology partner to help you how to do it properly. And okay, another question about using Porta Switch through a hosted provider, for a third party. Our general approach is that if we have company ABC who has a Porta Switch license, which then they split into multiple virtual environments and sell it to third parties, we cannot force them what they're doing on the platform, but in general, from a technical perspective, each individual on this hosted Porta Switch system has ability to sign up for Walmart, to deploy their own set of modules, and to use their own set of functionality there. So I don't see any technical limitations there. It is just requires some coordination with the operator. As I said, some of the hosted operators, they run kind of a bit older release, so there may be some issues, but in general, we don't see a problem deploying it for Porta Switch with the releases after MR90 or later. The earlier releases, they may work, but we just haven't really tested it. Okay. Well, then I would like to thank you for participation. Let's work on it together. Let's see how we can deploy these services, so to make operations of our customers better, and also to help us with more profitable telecom services. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.